I know. Hi guys, this is Kathy Williams, your sugar-free girl, diabetes prevention specialist. Thanks so much for joining. Do me a favor and let me know that you are here by waving or saying hi. I am just coming to you very quickly today to talk to you about one quick tip for helping you to reverse your pre-diabetes or diabetes and reducing your hemoglobin A1C. So I support people who are diagnosed with either gestational diabetes or pre-diabetes with reversing their diagnosis. And this is exactly what I did 5 years ago. So 5 years ago, I was diagnosed as being pre-diabetic and I was scared straight. So what I did was I kind of used the background that I have in healthcare. So I've been in healthcare for over 20 years. I've been in marketing, I've been in sales, pharmaceutical, medical device, and clinical diagnostics. And I've used that whole background and exposure to different disease states to help come up with a process that I actually walked through myself to reverse my prediabetes. So like I said, I'm going to be talking today about one simple thing you could do to help to reverse that diagnosis, and that is reading labels. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through and go through my refrigerator and my pantry and show you guys that by just making some small little tweaks, you can actually help yourself by going ahead and making some of those eliminations in your diet. So hey Terry, it's Kathy Sugar-Free Girl Williams. We're going through my pantry and the refrigerator just to show you how reading labels will help you to reduce the sugar out of your life and to reduce that prediabetes diagnosis. So I just wanted to kind of pop on quickly to show you that there is sugar hidden in a lot of things, and then of course I'll just give you some tips on what I do to reduce mine. So my my handy dandy videographer for Karen is going to be helping me today if I can find her, but I wanted to just get started. So Terry, I'm going to turn the camera around because I don't have my friend helping me out, but I'm going to show you my pantry and let's get started. So here is a bird's eye view of my pantry. And we're going to kind of go from left to right, top to bottom. Just to show you guys, I do have sugar in my pantry, but I also have Truvia. And this is a baking blend version of the natural sweetener stevia. And so this is what I use for my baking, and it's actually what I use every day. So even if I'm making pancakes and that sort of thing, instead of using sugar, I use Truvia. Now, the reason that I have sugar in my pantry and in this big tub, I've even got brown sugar and confectionery sugar, is my daughter wants to be a pastry chef. So she is always baking. And so hopefully we will be making a cookbook, if you will, with all naturally sweetened items. But I wanted to show you one of the items in my pantry. My kids are now eating Life cereal. The one thing that I do is I try to maintain a diet. If I eat something with sugar in it, I maintain a diet with 5 grams of sugar or less. This happens to have 6 grams of sugar. I hope you can see that, but this is Life cereal. So my kids are, and I'm going to kind of go back and forth. My kids are 12, 13, and 19, and if they had their way, they would definitely be using Frosted Flakes and other sweetened cereals. What are some of the other cereals you guys eat, Karen?
I don't eat them.
Fruit Loops, all of that stuff. And they've got 9 to 10 grams of sugar, so not too terribly different from Life cereal. But what I know, and I'm sure it happens in your household as well, is that they will, if we only have Life cereal in the pantry, they will have one serving. But if given the choice and they had Frosted Flakes, they probably would have a heaping bowl of Frosted Flakes, and so that 9 or 10 grams of sugar would go to 18 very quickly, as opposed to just the 6 that are here in the Life cereal. So we're gonna move on to the next row. Oh, I did want to show you this. Great thing about, I'm really embarrassed about this, but we still have Girl Scout cookies in the pantry. The great thing about this is that the Girl Scout cookies, if you choose to eat 2, only have 11 grams of sugar. So each cookie in this case is about 5.5 grams. For the Samoa, and this is the Toffee Tastic, and this is the gluten-free option, and it has 7 grams per 2. So this is going to be about 3 grams. So these are our 2 options for our cookie lovers. If you're going to just kind of get something sweet and you're gonna stick to the 2, then that's an option. One of the things that my kids love are these fruit snacks, and let me pull out one of these pouches. So the pouch is very small. We get this at Sam's, and then let's see what we have. We've got about 11 grams of sugar per one. But this is the thing about the fruit snacks, is the fact that, again, because the serving size is so small, it's one of those things that I think, just like my kids, your kids are going to be eating more than just their 1 or 2 small packets. They're probably going to be eating a lot more. So that's something that we need to watch. I'm going to turn the camera back around. You can see I've got Pringles. So we've got some chips that's got some carbs in it. But this is what I do mostly for my trips, and for just kind of tooling around. If I'm running errands or that sort of thing, I make sure that I put a snack bag full of mixed nuts and cashews in. Even though I have white rice here, somewhere I also have my brown rice. Of course, I'm not, yeah. So I've got an organic brown rice here. That's what I have now substituted for white rice when I do make rice, but that is high in glycemic index, so I don't actually have a carb every day for dinner. But the other thing that I have here are almond clusters. This is a great way to kind of get in some more of the nuts, and this also has cranberries as well, and you can see half a cup of this is only 7 grams of sugar. And then Kind also has oat and honey clusters. My daughter likes to actually go through and grab a handful. She puts it over yogurt, and this is a good choice for fiber and from a sugar content, it's got 5 grams of sugar or less here in 2/3 of a cup. So we come down here. This is as you notice, all of this stuff is kind of on eye level. That's one of the tricks. And then one of the things that I kind of do is I kind of hide the things that I think the kids shouldn't be eating. One of them is syrup. And these are kind of the things that, as you can see, there is 22 grams. No, I was right. 32 grams of sugar in 1/4 of a cup. So that's probably not the proper serving size. So this is just something that you need to watch as far as syrup. I've actually eliminated syrup from my my diet, but it's something that you kind of need to watch. Another item that's got hidden sugar is your tomato sauces. Prego actually has a no sugar added version of it, and but if you can see here, it still has 6 grams. So again, that's going to be better than the other options that don't have that do add sugar. But that's another item that if you would just make that simple substitution, that could help you with reducing the amount of sugar that you get. The other thing that we snack on is popcorn. So popcorn is high in fiber, it has no sugar, it's got a little bit more cholesterol, salt rather, and it's got no cholesterol. So that's a good option for snacking in the afternoons or in the evenings. So these are the Kind bars. This is again something that I have on hand in the car. These are the minis, and if you could see that, that's 3 grams of sugar. This is the dark chocolate, nuts and sea salt, and the caramel almond sea salt version of the mini versions of the Kind bar. This is what I love, love, love for the afternoons, for the snacks. And then this is ketchup. So another hidden item with sugar in it. So it's got 6 grams of sugar. So again, you just want to watch the condiments and look to make sure that you're not using too much as far as the condiments are concerned. And so just wanted to kind of quickly go through, and I went through the pantry. Now we're going to go on to the refrigerator. And I apologize, but I had just cleaned it out. Sorry, I just cleaned the refrigerator out yesterday, so it's not as chock full as usual. But this is just kind of a quick and dirty of some of the things that we just want to be mindful of. So one of the first things you see is our milk. I am lactose intolerant, so we've got the Lactaid, and it's 2% milk. It's actually got 12 grams of sugar. Even though it's got 12 grams in sugar for the 8-ounce serving, it's something that I choose to have because I, as a woman, and my mother is got osteopenia actually, and so as we get older, we want to make sure that we are doing what we need and getting our calcium and our vitamin D, so that we don't get brittle bones as we age. So the 12 grams of sugar is something that I do in the morning. Again, I'm going to be working that off during the course of the day. But this is something that I have definitely reduced out of my diet. So as you can see here, this is apple juice. Apple juice has 20, let's see if you can see that, 28 grams of sugar. So that's just like drinking a soda. and what I have substituted all of my juices for are the actual fruit themselves. So if you can see here, I've cut up my kiwi for the week, and so I use that to get my potassium, my vitamin C. So I have a kiwi a day for that. And then from a juice perspective, I no longer drink juices, but I do drink unsweet iced tea. This is the Gold Peak version. As you can see, there are no sugars and then no sweeteners as well in that. Another culprit as far as juices are concerned, this is a cranberry juice, and it has 28 grams. So as you can see, these are reasons why you don't want to have juice on a daily basis. You want to eat the actual fruit. Here is the orange juice. Again, 22 grams of sugar. So just wanted to kind of quickly go over those items. Like I said, I choose to have the actual fruit, so I've cut up my kiwi to make it a lot easier. Hey Lynn, so glad that you're watching. I'm just kind of talking today about one quick and easy thing that we can do to reverse our diabetes, and that is reading labels. And I do have kids, so my youngest is about to be 12 or 13. He's 12 now, about to be 13 in the fall, and Karen is about to be 14, going to high school. So I actually do have Jell-O in my refrigerator. But this is, again, one of the things that we as moms need to make sure that we are educating our kids about, and that is portion size and portion control. So each one of these little cups has 20 grams of sugar. And I quite frankly didn't realize that each one of these little cups has 20 grams of sugar. So this was very, very informational for me and an eye-opener for me. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to watch and make sure that when Joseph chooses a snack as far as Jell-O, that he's only having one. So that's a tip for you guys there. So I'm going to turn it back on the next row here. I've got some leftovers. I've got my P3. This is the protein pack that I've been talking about. It's got turkey. In the center, it has almonds, and that is Colby Jack cheese. This is definitely a go-to for me. I keep them in the fridge, and as I'm going out in the morning, running errands, I pop that in my little cooler. We've got cheeses here. The kids like to snack on these creamy Swiss cheese, the Laughing Cow, and of course the cheese only has 1 gram of sugar in it. And then we also snack on this Land O'Lakes version of Colby Jack cheese, and it has no sugar. So those are some of the things that we do there. I've got sausage there. And then this is my son's go-to Capri Sun for a snack in the afternoon as well. And it's got 13 grams of sugar. And it doesn't have any vitamins in it at all. So even though it is less sugar than the fruit juices, it does not have any of the vitamins. So that's something that we have to watch as well. You can see I've got my lettuce and my celery and all my vegetables here. But now we're going to go on to some more of those hidden gems. This is our masterpiece barbecue sauce, and let's see, it's got 12 grams of sugar. So again, it's something that you just want to be mindful of. Worcestershire sauce, it has 2 grams of sugar. Oh, here, this is a great example. I showed you in the pantry that the no sugar added version of the ragu had, let's go ahead, of the Prego actually. This is a no sugar added, so we're doing a comparison here. It has 6 grams of sugar, and the regular actually has 12 grams of sugar. So you just want to make sure that you're making the right selection. This is something new I saw in the grocery store, and thanks for those thumbs up. These are the things that you want to do. Now, the one thing I will share is there is a difference between no sugar added and sugar free. So no sugar added means that they're not going to add additional sugar for taste and sweetness, but things like hot chocolate, those packets, if you will, the ones that say no sugar added are not sugar free. They still have sugar in them. So you just want to watch. So that's why I'm saying it's very, very important to actually read the labels. Read and make sure that what you're eating, you understand the calorie content, the carb content, the sugar content, all of those things, especially protein. You want to increase the protein, decrease the carbs, and absolutely decrease the sugar. So I'm going to turn around again, and I'm going to show you what we have on the door. I've got some balsamic vinegar. Let's see, what is that? That's only got 2 grams of sugar. Again, that's what I'm choosing to do. I've changed my lifestyle since my diagnosis, and I no longer eat sugar. And if there is something that I do have that has sugar in it, I recommend and actually live by 5 grams of sugar or less. So who knew that in chili sauce there would be 3 grams of sugar? So just going through everything here to show you, let's see, the sugar content in our, it doesn't say exactly how much is in our mustard, but of course the great flavored chocolate syrup, let's see how much is in here. 21 grams. So as you are drizzling your ice cream, you've got to understand that you are drizzling more and more sugar and probably doing yourself a disservice by doing that. So and then let's see here. I also have my LaCroix. So this is a flavored seltzer water. This is the tangerine flavor, and it has no sugars, no sweeteners. And this I just picked up. I've showed you this before. This is a Super Tea by Bai. It is naturally sweetened by stevia. So it's got 5 grams of the stevia. And I've not tasted it yet, so I will let you guys know how that works out. But one of the things that my husband likes to drink is this tamarind nectar, and you will be surprised at the amount of sugar that's in here, 45 grams. So that is, again, my friends, something that I'm going to stay away, and I'm going to be talking to him about as well. And then you've got your apples in here, so you want to make sure that you are eating your roughage, you are eating all of those fibrous vegetables, fruits and vegetables, to get your fructose as opposed to the sucrose that you're going to find, the heavy cornstarch in all of these products that actually have sugar in them. So I'm going to start a challenge, and I'm going to start to do a apple a day. So I hope you guys are with me. That's what I'm going to do for my dessert. For my dinner, what I try to do at lunchtime is to have my kiwi after my lunch. So I want to hear from you guys and see what types of changes you're actually making in your diet based on just looking at your label. So again, this is Kathy Sugar Free Girl Williams. Wanted to come on quickly to show you the one simple tip and thing that you can do today to reverse your prediabetes or gestational diabetes diagnosis. If you just want to kick that sugar habit, like I do, that it is not the best for your system, short term or long term. You want to have better habits for your children. Definitely reach out to me. I've put a link in below if you want to go deeper and you want, like me, to actually reverse that diagnosis. I did it 5 years ago. I have sustained my results. I have dropped 4 dress sizes. I have reduced my A1C by 11%. I have reduced my weight and sustained it. These are all numbers that I've sustained over the last 5 years. I've sustained it over the last 5 years, reducing my weight by 10%, gone from a size 8 to a size 02. And these are the results that I want for you. Most importantly, I don't want you to have diabetes. So my mission is to, what the Lord has put on my heart, is for me to help prevent diabetes in 1 million people. And it starts with your sugar-free living. So I'm Kathy Williams, your sugar-free girl. Think of me as your sugar shrink. I help you shrink your consumption, shrink your waistline, so that you can have an abundant life. Hopefully these tips are helpful for you. I'm going to be coming on. Unfortunately, I didn't come on later tonight, but I'm going to be coming on every Thursday at 7:30. So look for my tips. And if you want to go deeper, you want to learn how I have the system that I put in place to actually reverse my prediabetes, hit me up on Kathy@ilivessugarfree.com. Thank you, guys.